share this event with us.
Pray for me.
Take your time.
Through our loved ones, though our loved ones are gone, they will never be forgotten. Their voices echo through ours, as Mamie's voice will echo through my voice on tonight. In 1989, Mamie delivered a speech at the unveiling of the Civil Rights Monument in Montgomery, Alabama. I attended this event with Mamie and many other family members. Upon preparing for this great event on tonight, I found her speech, her original speech, and her handwriting and her words, which I will attempt to read to you tonight. According to the holy word of God, it must need be that offenses come, but woe to that man by whom the offenses cometh. Matthew 18:7. I speak for all my family when I say we are men and women of sorrows, and we are acquainted with grief. Isaiah 53, verse 3. But we sorrow not as those who have no hope. 1 Timothy 4:13. We know that we were chosen to be burden bearers. Being chosen, we were given that God-given strength to bear these burdens. When it seemed that nothing would help, when the blackness of 100 midnights surrounded my days, and when my eyes were a fountain of tears, the realization came that Emmett's death was not a personal experience for me to hug to myself and weep, but it was a worldwide awakening that would change the course of history. Emmett Till's death was the impetus for the civil rights movement in America. It was also the spark that ignited the unrest in all of the world, where injustices are being perpetrated. With these hurts have come additional responsibilities to all of us. We cannot afford the luxury of self-pity. Dave Durso of the Chicago Bears said recently, it is better to build boys than to repair men. I agree with Dave. Our top priority now is to get on with the building process. My personal peace has come from helping boys and girls reach beyond the ordinary and strive for the extraordinary. We must teach our children to weather the hurricanes of life, pick up the pieces, and rebuild. We must impress upon our children that even when trouble rises to 7.1 on the life Richter scale, they must be anchored so deeply that though they sway, they will not. Paraphrasing the words of Abe Lincoln, from these honored dead, let us take increased devotion, so that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion. Let us highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation shall have a new birth of freedom, and that this government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from earth. This speech was written by Mrs. Mobley, Mamie Mobley. She delivered the speech as I said, in Montgomery, Alabama, when they dedicated the Civil Rights Memorial. And this was something that was sponsored by the Southern Leadership, Christian Leadership Organization, and I think it was spearheaded by Morris Deeds. I felt that this letter would bring some personal filters from Mrs. Mobley. And living in a home with her, I observed how she worked with young students. I observed how